Holy moly. Good afternoon to you, wherever you are. If you're here, thank you for joining us today. Jesus Christ, what a day. I was not ready for doing this at all. I'll tell you that much. I'm outside of my mark, or I've got everything set up all wrong. That's the view. This is the mark, and welcome to the Frankfort Report. Thank you for being here. If you are actually here, if there's any humans here, if I'm not just talking to a camera, say hi in the chat. My vanity forces me to take off my glasses. I will have a tough time reading things, but let's see how that goes. I may have to put them back on, but welcome to the show. Thank you very much once again. We have all kinds of shit to discuss today. Canada is not for sale. Canada is not for sale. Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know if anybody has offered to purchase us. I don't think anybody's offered to buy us, have they? I don't remember anybody saying, hey, Canada, we'd like to buy you and bring you into the United States as the 51st state. No, they have said, we're going to make you the 51st state, and we're going to take all your shit. And you really don't have much of a say in the matter at all. And if you think you can do anything, and if you think you can fight us, we're going to tariff the frickin' crap out of you until you succumb to our demands. Don M., I came, I liked, I listened, and then I left. Is that what happened? Did you leave as well? You traitor? Somebody is talking really loud outside of my office. So I'm like, God damn it again. Okay. Every time any work gets done around here, I have like some kind of a problem, some kind of an issue. You see, when you're in construction, it's really hard to listen to people tell you lies about what's wrong with what's wrong. When you already know what's wrong and what needs to be done, and they just keep feeding you lines. It's really goddamn annoying. I got to tell you, it's really goddamn annoying when these tradesmen who don't even know what the hell they're talking about are telling me what's up, and they're lying to me. And I know it. I know it when they're lying to me. Fuck, it's so annoying. So yesterday, 2 days ago, we had this plumber come, and he was going to charge me $1,000 to put my shower together, the faucet, to put my toilet on, and to put my sink together. He was also going to tighten up my kitchen sink, and he was going to investigate a leak from the laundry room on the second floor. And this was going to cost me $1,000. And did I want to pay $1,000? No. Was I willing to pay $1,000? Yeah, I agreed to it. And he agreed to the scope of work, and away we go. And so what happens? You know, a few hours go by. The fucking stinky bastard makes a big stink in my house. Like, it's disgusting. B.O. bastard with B.O. running up and down the stairs, invites some old guy here, his master plumber. I guess he couldn't figure out what the hell he was here to do. Making promises he can't keep in my house. Bad idea. And so anyways, toilet works okay. Shower, I don't think the pressure's how it's supposed to be. And then the sink down in the basement was leaking. Okay? But so anyway, so it comes to I don't know what time, and he's like, I gotta go. I'm going to come back tomorrow and finish this and this. I need my money. And I'm like, what do you mean you need your money? He's like, yeah, I need the payment in full, and I'll come back tomorrow and finish. And, well, if you know me at all, you'll know that I don't pay for things in full before they're finished. So we started getting into it, and one thing led to another, and we had another plumber here today. I had to pay another $600 for him to do and fix what the guy did a couple days ago. This is the state of our country. This is what happens. This is what happened all the time when I used to build custom houses and do renovations. It's like, guys, they do shitty work and they want their money. And as a general contractor, there's only one tool you have at your disposal, and that's money. And sometimes that backfires because the rules really lean, for lack of a better term, in the favor of the tradesman. Because they'll just threaten a lien, put even on a lien. Your customers freak out, okay? Have you ever, I don't know if there's any general contractors out there, but have you ever had a trade put a lien on your customer's house? That's a fun fucking conversation. That's a good time. That's always nice to have running in the background, you know, the threat of a lien. Good times. Canadian real estate market, the renovation market, the construction market, the general contracting market really sucks balls. But when you got good trades, I don't use the good trades at my house. I don't like people knowing where I live that work for me. It's just not a good mix. I don't find. But anyways, we're not here to listen to me bitch about a plumber. Or are we? I mean, is there any rules here? I make the rules around here. Yo, I make the rules. Okay, Jeff O'Toole, again, what's up, dude? Thank you. Every day you guys are here. I feel blessed, everybody. I feel blessed that people are willing to listen to me just drone on about nonsense. But, okay, so Canada is not for sale. Rose Overdose in the house. Hello, guys. We just finished talking to Mr. Flynn forever. Like, it was the longest episode I think we've ever recorded that wasn't alive. And, man, was it fun. John's a good guy. We had a good time. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to come out Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But, okay, Canada is not for sale because we want to make Canada great again, don't we? Dealcore Properties is going to make Canada great again, one really expensive, fancy, luxurious place at a time. Thank you. All right, so we are here to talk about the fact that Canada is not for sale, and no one is offering to buy us, but Mr. Doug Ford came out with this great hat. Let me put this up on the screen for everybody. Boom. Canada is not for sale. Look at that mug. This guy looks like, okay, he looks like my, I don't know what to call him. I don't want to tell you exactly what he is, but this guy who fucked me out of like $500,000. He, especially with the hat on, he looks exactly like that fat bastard that fucked me out of all kinds of money. That was fun. You know what's fun? Oops, I'm not supposed to do that. You know what's fun? When you have, no money and you're on the verge of going broke and somebody that, you think you're supposed to be able to count on decides to fuck you out of your big fucking payday, your return to the top of the pedestal, the number one ranking, like the biggest deal ever, the biggest payday that I was supposed to get. This motherfucker that looks just like this bastard here, and he knows who he is. A lot of people that I know who he is. This guy fucked me out of literally $500,000 at my worst stage of life. But anyways, Canada is not for sale, he says. And I'm pretty sure he also had something to say on video. Let me just see if I can pull up the video. Here we go. Let me get this thing queued up for you guys. Oh, he wants to talk about the hat. Okay, here we go. Boom. Doug Ford in the house with his hat.
I'll talk about the hat that I'm wearing. You don't see me in the hats too much. But this is about everyday Canadians standing up for their country. But this is an example of how we need to unite, and we cannot let President Trump divide us. He'll be being sworn in a week, and then he's going to lay the tariffs on Canada. He's going to try to devastate our country. He's going to try to divide our country. And we cannot have division in our country.
Is this guy really like one of our leaders? Did you hear the way he was talking? Like, does that guy sound confident and sure about his position on things? We gotta. Okay. I mean, what he's saying is not incorrect. I mean, it would be good for us to band together as a band of merry men and really, stand firm and give it back to those Americans. But the reality is like, we're just not that country. We're just not that country. And so what is the right thing to do? Well, I think Danielle Smith or Danielle, must be Danielle. I think Danielle Smith and I think Mr. Wonderful and some other people have it right. We got to work with these guys. We got to form the best union on the earth, right? Because we have what they need. They have what we need. And everybody should just be happy. And we should be wealthy off of it, just like they made the people in the Middle East wealthy. Like, why can't we do that? Why can't they turn us into Dubai? Right? Why can't we be? Why do they gotta take advantage of us up here in Canada? Why can't they make us rich beyond our wildest dreams? I don't understand. He looks like his mom dressed him for school. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guy didn't look too bad for a fat guy in a suit. Okay. My vanity is going to lose here, everybody, because I can't see shit. And I like to see. Oh, that's better. Damn, my fucking eyesight is so bad. It's really pathetic. Darryl, I have had that happen to me as well. I had 25K deadbeat rule of thumb, don't extend credit. Well, this wasn't credit, okay? This is like I earned my portion of fees on like some of the best fucking deals of all time. At least one of them was like what I would consider one of the best deals of all time. And I don't want to get into the specifics now because of that motherfucker that literally, like, I was supposed to get $500,000 and he just didn't give it to me. And then, I mean, the story gets much worse than that. Believe me. But I mean, imagine, literally, I closed my general contracting business to get into this business, okay? I was like starting to run short on dough. And I needed that score because I'd worked a couple of years for it. And that motherfucker just decided to, not only me, he fucked another guy too out of the same amount of money. Truly unbelievable. It's a pattern. Listen, some of these guys, I mean, they make their money by fucking other people. This is the way that it is. And what's crazy is that people will still deal with them even knowing that that's how they are, right? People will deal with scoundrels because they may have a good deal for them. And I mean, you don't want to close the door on a potential good deal, right? Because there's fierce competition for these deals, even in shitty markets, right? I mean, there's no competition for any deals right now, but those days will be back. We'll start hearing about things closing. We'll start hearing about things happening again, I hope and I think. But I don't know if you saw it. I put out a new Substack article today. If you haven't subscribed to that thing, check it out. That's totally different content than anything you'd see from me. That's kind of like my professional content. Okay, so check out my Substack. Check out the Canadian Real Estate Show. Check out this show. But Canada is not for sale because the fat guy in a suit with a hat who I think his family's basically been known to be fairly, let's just say not totally upfront with everybody all the time, since they were children, right? Like, I don't think it's a secret, but somehow he managed to get to the helm of this province, and now somehow he is part of a coalition to lead us out against the United States of America. So clearly, He's not thinking this through. I don't know if he thinks that this is going to win him votes or win him constituents that are on his side for something. But like if Daniel Smith, the one controlling the oil, saying we're not doing that. So now what? What are you going to do, Mr. Ford and Mr. Singh? Mr. Singh is like on fire with this stuff. It's pretty unbelievable. Mr. Singh, I wonder what Chandra Arya's position is on this whole thing. Do we know what, or is his answer to, excuse me, Mr. Arya, Chandra Arya. Thank you for being here on the CBC. We would like to know your position on Canada's stance with the oil and whether or not we should send it to the United States, or whether we should hold it back as our retaliatory move against the United States 25% tariffs. No! What does that mean? Can you please close my door? Thank you so much. Can you keep yelling outside my door for another 20 minutes, please? That would be great. Sorry. Trying to do a podcast here, for Christ's sakes. Okay? Trying to do a podcast here. Does anybody not know? Everybody knows. Close the door, please. God damn it. Okay, if you are here and you're in the chat, I need a like, I need a comment, subscribe to the channel, say something in the chat. Okay? Do you think we should be for sale? I don't even know where that Canada's not for sale thing came from. It's more like, we don't want you to invade us and suck us into the United States. And I got to be honest, like online, everybody is very patriotic right now. Everybody is really behind the idea of not being part of the States. But when I talk to people and I talk to entrepreneurs and I talk to business people, it seems to me that they are definitely willing to do something with the States, okay? I just bought a fourplex in Potash territory for $400K. Tenanted and rent is $4,800 a month for $400K. Needs a new roof and a few small things, but there are deals in the core of the country. If you go back to when we had the what's his name? The Bald Prairie from YouTube on the channel. And we talked to him and we heard the numbers. I was like, Saskatchewan has to be a boom town. They got everything. They got the wheat. They got the soy. They got the potash. They have, I think, uranium, right? Saskatchewan is the place to be. Okay, so let's do this. What? $4,800 a month for $400K. What are the expenses on that thing? Huh? Are you going to share with us, Rose? What are the expenses? Help a brother out here. I got to do this. Okay, 4,800 times 12. You got 50% oil too. Exxon pipeline, A-Rose. It cash flows $1,800 a month after everything. Well, isn't that nice? $1,800 a month times 12, okay, divided by 400K. So it's a 5 cap, 5.5 cap after expenses. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for 400 grand. That includes the mortgage. Well, I hope so, but that's great. Okay, so that's not a bad deal. I would, I know of some better deals out there, not for that kind of thing. That seems kind of manageable. That seems, so who's going to manage it for you, Rose? Overdose? What do you want to be called? Rose Overdose. Higher than a 5 cap. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's 5.4 or something, I guess, after all of your expenses. I'm not sneezing at it. I think that's actually pretty good. I just know ways to make more than that. Excuse me. I've only been sick for like 8 years now, it seems. How about you? Anybody else sick out there? Anybody else sick? What other deals? Are anybody else seeing any deals? Hold on. You just did this? Just bought it. When did you just buy it? Like how? Like yesterday? I have family in the area and I'm paying them to manage it. Beautiful deal for everybody. Look at you. How many of those do you have across the country? Anyways, okay, so Rose is not for sale because she wants Canada to keep going like this. She or he or she, he, they, Rose Overdose, is now investing in Saskatchewan. Wow. And so that's a fourplex, $1,200 a month. What do you get there? Are they 2 bedrooms? Are they 1 bedrooms? What are you getting there? What are you providing? Are you a slumlord? Are you going to fix the roof? How much is the roof going to cost to fix? I have so many questions. 4 2 bedrooms. Beautiful. How big? How big? You got any pictures? Is there any way that we could even see them if you did? Probably not. Okay, so do you back Ford and sing? Are you on Danielle Smith's side? Listen. Why are these men grandstanding like monkeys and idiots just out there saying like, we gotta fight for our rights? We're Canadians. Where were all these Canadians before when Trudeau was stomping old ladies over with RCMP horses? Huh? Where'd all the patriots then? How come nobody did anything? That lady got fucking nailed. Do you remember? I cried after that. Do you want to know the honest to God truth? That's the moment right there. Not Don Cherry getting fired, although that is a significant moment in our history. Okay, guys, there's 3 likes, 7 people here. A whole 7 people, 3 likes. Like one more person, just give us a like. The previous owner was a slumlord. The 400 clay includes the roof. Okay. So land transfer tax in there. Everything's in there, including all the repairs. Wonderful. Good deal. Let us know when you find another one. How much money did you actually put into that deal? Did you put $100,000 in? Where the frick is D. Trent? He'll be here at some point. It's okay. This is not a good show. He's going to he probably can't stand watching this thing because I'm sure he considers it a train wreck. Or he's just sitting there quietly lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right time. D. Trent has a real job. Is that true? I wonder, do you know what he does? Does anybody know what D. Trent actually does? Is he like a stockbroker or is he like a trader? Not like a trader like against the country. Because do we think he's a trader against the country? I'm at my shitty desk job. Okay, the regulations and government BS is killing us. Where the frick is D. Trent? Okay, nothing of value in any of those comments, and we lost half of the people here. Okay, so I mean, there's really not much to Canada being not for sale. Nothing interesting there. I thought it was a good title. It didn't really do its job, quite honestly. What about this here? What about this? Justin Trudeau. Here we go. More Justin Trudeau nonsense. Okay, you want to see this tweet that this maniac put out today? We launched Canada's border plan a month ago. And since then, we've added more security resources like drones, helicopters, and personnel. Invested in new technology to detect fentanyl. What kind of technology is there that detects fentanyl? How does that work? I want to know. And how much did they invest in this? They invested taxpayer money in some bullshit technology to detect fentanyl. You know, all you need to detect fentanyl, and it's not a very big investment, is just go grab a few of those guys hanging out in Vancouver, okay? You want to find the fentanyl? Let those guys loose. They're going to find the fentanyl. They're going to find every little last bit of that fentanyl. So they invested in new technology to detect fentanyl and prevented more illegal border crossings. Our border is secure, and we're making big investments to keep it that way. So what is this? Mr. Trump, please don't tariff us. Look, we're doing everything that you told us we needed to do. Please, Mr. Trump, don't tariff us. We're just a big bunch of vaginas up here. Don't tariff us, please. So is this, in fact, the case? Did we beef up the border? Do we have helicopters? Like, the border's pretty big. Have you seen the length of the border? How many? And there's a few border points, I'm pretty sure. But, I mean, do people sneak in at the border patrol, for Christ's sakes? No. I think they sneak in at other points. So, okay, how many helicopters did we invest in order to shore up the border? And how many drones are there flying around? Who's controlling the drones? What is the deal? What is going on? What is the deal? Okay. LOL. Nobody's saying anything in the chat today. Yesterday's chat was way better. Do I have to put the title like bankruptcy and end of the death, or does it always have to say bankruptcy and insolvency to get people to watch? Can't just be Canada's not for sale? Is that not negative and scary enough? Who needs drones required? What does that mean? I don't understand, Charlotte. What does this mean? Who needs drones? I don't know. What about cameras all over the place? Yes, the people demand bankruptcy and flames in the thumbnail. I put flames and a fat guy in a suit and a hat that said we're not for sale. I mean, how much better does it get than that, honestly? For God's sakes. Okay, if you're new to watching this, give me a like. Give me a comment. Say something in the chat. Tell me you're here. Guess you never watched the Toronto G20 footage, eh? It was scary. Oh yeah, okay. So here we go. Back on track, because the turning point in Canadian history, right? We were here. We were at the top. We were at the peak of the mountain. Things were humming along. Things were beautiful. Everything was good. Well, that's not true. We were in the middle of COVID. We were being forced to wear masks and to take the shot, the jab, the thing. And everybody was freaking out. And the truckers took a stand from west to east. And they met in the capital of Canada. And what came out of that is that Canadians are actually fucking assholes and they can't stand hearing honking. Right? And I mean, is the strategy of honking incessantly for hours and hours and hours, like, that's dumb, right? And you pissed everybody off, and you got the city of Ottawa against you. I mean, that was bad. That was stupid. I don't know who planned that. Let's just honk forever. Like, forget about the people that are here. But okay, so all this is going on. And it's enough. And all of a sudden, you know, I'm sitting here. I got 3 screens in my office, and I'm watching all this live footage. Mr. Sunshine Baby and all kinds of people are talking about what's going on, and we're watching it live, right? And there's guys like dressed in army vests and scary looking dudes, and everybody's like armed to the nines, and the RCMP's lined up there with the horses, and I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there and I'm watching them just trample over that old lady in a wheelchair. And I was like, oh no. Like, the truckers were supposed to win, right? Am I naive? Am I stupid? Am I naive and stupid? Like, was I the only one that believed that the truckers were going to make a difference? Was I the only one who was hoping that was going to like change things for the better, that the government was going to listen to us and make changes? Am I that fucking dumb? Am I alone? Chat? Anyone? Am I alone? You need to worry about Mark Carney and tell everyone about the World Economic Forum. Okay. Hi, I'm Darryl, and you should totally subscribe or else Trudeau's horses will run you over. I said that? How did I do that? I think that's my son fucking around with me. Evil. Mark Carney, evil. Okay, we'll get there. Michael Pham. Hello, Michael Pham. Thank you. What was I saying? Okay, so that was the point where we lost our country. Okay, that was the point right there when they smashed that lady over with a horse. Okay. What up, fam? Mr. Fam. Okay, somebody subscribe now. Can somebody subscribe? Is there anybody watching that isn't subscribed? Give me a subscribe. Give me a like. Give me a comment. Say something useful. Do you remember watching that? Were you watching that live, and just in absolute utter shock when that son of a bitch ran over that? I don't know if she was a lovely old lady. I don't know if she was a bitter old hag. And I don't even know if she was a plant. Do you think she was like a plant there to make a point for idiots like me? Because I was crying after that. I was crying, like literally crying. I was like, oh no. If they're willing to run into the crowd with horses and knock over an old lady in a wheelchair, what the fuck are they going to do to the rest of us if we get out of line? And then they started arresting people and they started freezing the bank accounts. And we were all just like, what the fuck is going on? That wasn't supposed to happen. Honestly, am I the only one that was like, were you guys? I mean, I don't know. We got a lot of people that seem to think that they know everything, right? And most of the people that follow my content are know-it-alls, and they like to tell me that I'm a moron. So I'm a moron. I don't know, but I believed that all the truckers coming together across the country and freezing things up, and us all sitting there at home cheering. I think were there people that were against? There were people against the truckers, but those are all those woke crazy fucks that work for Justin Trudeau. You need to worry about bank accounts for too much, as CBDCs are on their way. CBDC, Charlotte, you're trying to cause a conspiracy show here, and that's okay. We can talk about CBDCs if you want to talk about CBDCs. I was actually just talking. I think we were talking about that with John Flynn just a little while ago. It's like, are they centralized or not centralized? Is a decentralized central bank do not need to worry. Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't have to worry if you're using a CBDC? I don't think that's the case. Didn't they even freeze people's Bitcoin and crypto wallets? I'm pretty sure you have to worry. I'm pretty goddamn sure that you have to worry if you are planning on doing that again. And actually, they are planning on doing that again. I see guys on Twitter that are planning to do it on the 25th. Holy shit, Trump's going to be in office soon. We're kind of fucked soon, aren't we? We better make Canada great again quickly. What are we waiting for? How can we make a difference, guys? How can we make this country great again now? What do we got to do? They will take your money. They're not going to take my money. I do not want them to take my money. I don't want them to take your money. I really think that, if we can print money, we should be printing taxes, because this is stupid. Why the hell? And selling our natural resources. We talked about that probably every single day so far. I put too much milk in my coffee and it's horrible. What's that noise? What is that? Somebody shoveling? Do you hear that? The truckers did win. They showed how it is. How the fuck is that a win, man? Those guys showed us that we're fucked. Those guys showed us that we lost. That's the day we lost. That is the absolute day that we lost our country. And nobody, including me, especially me, we didn't do nothing about it, guys. We talked about it a lot. Oh my God, this is what I get for keeping my window open. Who's shoveling right now? Like, there's barely any snow. I hope I'm not paying Raymond $30 to shovel today. But whoever's shoveling is shoveling really loud. Yep, still can't believe the frozen bank accounts, right? Like, that whole thing was so insane. I don't even know how do we recover from that as a country? Is there a way to recover from that craziness as a country? Are we ever going to get this thing righted again? So I wasn't planning on talking about this, but Charlotte's talking about evil Mark Carney. Actually, I was planning on talking about the future of our country, our future prime minister. Let me maybe get some of that up here. What about, Mark Carney. I don't have anything on him. I have this new thing here from Chrystia Freeland, who this is like super interesting. We'll get to that in a second. But Mark Carney, is he really worth $96 billion? Is that possible that Mark Carney is somehow worth $96 billion? What the hell? We need to all become central bankers if that's the case, because that is absolute insane money for a guy who's about to be Canada's prime minister. Is he really the front runner? Can I get a like? Can I get a comment? Can I get a subscribe if you're here for the first time and you're liking this stuff? Even if you don't like it, just do me a bloody favor. Okay. Mark Carney is supposedly evil. He's part of the World Economic Forum. His wife is working for some company that apparently gets all kinds of money from the Canadian government. And I believe he was like the best man at Trudeau's wedding or some shit like that. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's going on. These are just things that I've heard along the way. But I don't hear anything good about Mark Carney. Although I did happen to catch him on, what was the talk show that he was on? Anybody in the chat know which talk show he was on? But he was actually pretty good. He was actually pretty good on that talk show. He was funny, and he's well-spoken. And that's not good, because there's some dummies who might go, oh, I'm still liberal, and now it's Mark Carney, and he's a genius, and he's going to navigate us through because he's super experienced and he's a billionaire, and I'm dumb and I'm a liberal, and I can't switch sides because my family's been liberal forever, and we're all liberals around here, and we have to stay liberal because that's the liberal thing to do. And people are dumb, really, is the be all and end all of that. People are dumb. But Charlotte would like everybody to know that Mark Carney does not give a shit about you or anybody except for himself and maybe his band of merry men and women. The workers, UBI. Is Mark Carney a big proponent of UBI? I mean, aren't we all going to have to be into the idea of UBI when the artificial intelligence kind of takes over all the jobs? Sorry, guys, I'm dying here. Artificial intelligence is going to take over a lot of the jobs pretty soon. Are we not going to need UBI soon to do all kinds of stuff? I think we are. I think we're going to be in for a rude awakening soon with all of this AI stuff. Like, just the stuff I'm doing with AI is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling AI stuff. And I can't even imagine what's really out there, what the governments really have their hands on. I can't even imagine what the hell must be going on. But, I mean, look how smart they can be. They can drive cars. These AIs can drive cars. They can, like, sort shit in factories. They can do really well-orchestrated drone shows in the air, like drone light shows. Have you seen that shit with, like, 10,000 drones all perfectly coordinated? with nothing that can kill you on them? Okay. Let's see. We're shocked that just a show of force. Ha ha ha, Rose. If you didn't have contingencies in place before, okay, you're not dumb. You're just a friend that needs to catch up on his homework. Hey, what? Not voting Liberal again. It woke up hundreds of thousands. It's a win. It woke up hundreds of thousands. It's a win. Okay, so, I mean, it doesn't feel like a win yet. Okay, maybe I don't know if they're awake, Dawn. I think maybe they're kind of more aware right now, but they're not like, they're not awake. They're kind of stoned or drunk, and they're probably fat, and like, they're just waiting for GTA 6 to come out, you know? They're not ready to fight. They're not mad enough to do anything about it. Yeah, I mean, Rose agrees with Dawn that, it woke up hundreds of thousands of people. And probably around the world, it probably woke up millions of people. But they're awake and lazy and fat and stoned and probably fairly useless. Okay? That's just, the way it is. Sorry. If you don't agree, I don't know what to tell you. I am not going to tell you anything. Okay. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you this really weird video with Chrystia Freeland. And this is, I guess, she's starting to make what is this, actually? Now I'm seeing June 4th, 2024. Have I been duped? What is this shit?
It is, and that there's just kind of common. Our government is absolutely confident that the price on pollution returns more money to the pockets of 8 out of 10 Canadians. It is.
What is this?
And that there's just kind of common sense to that. This is a revenue neutral measure.
Revenue
the
neutral.
Federal budget doesn't get a penny from the price on pollution. All the money that is collected goes back to Canadians.
I don't know what the hell I put up here on the screen. Breaking. Chrystia Freeland, in preparation for her Liberal leadership bid, is saying that she is opposed to the carbon tax. Oh, you see, I thought this was going to be a video of her saying she's opposed to the carbon tax, and then I play something from bloody 6 months ago. Here's Freeland 7 months ago. Oh, see, if I only read the next sentence, is that just not so silly? Here's Freeland 7 months ago trying to convince you that the carbon tax makes you richer. Was she lying then? Is she lying now? Or both? If I had only read it before I had played the clip, it would all make so much more sense.
And actually, this is a measure where middle-class Canadians tend to get more of a benefit. I'm very glad that we're increasing. I'm turning to Sean here because we've worked with him and with.
Is it just me that hears the breathing, the weird nose breathing, the excessively strong and loud nose breathing?
Seamus, I'm very glad we're increasing the rural rebate. So we have great confidence that this is a measure which puts more money in the pockets out of 8 out of 10 Canadians, that helps middle-class Canadians, and also plays an important, a valuable role in having strong and robust climate policies.
See? What is that? Is it me? Here, watch this again. Can we do it again?
Our government is absolutely confident that the price on pollution returns more money to the pockets of 8 out of 10 Canadians. It is, and that there's just kind of common sense to that. This is a revenue neutral measure. The federal budget doesn't get a penny from the price on pollution. All the money that is collected goes back to Canadians. And actually, this is a measure where Middle class Canadians tend to get more of a benefit. I'm very glad that we're increasing. I'm turning to Sean here because we've worked with him and with Seamus. I'm very glad we're increasing the rural rebate. So we have great confidence that this is a measure which puts more money in the pockets out of 8 out of 10 Canadians, that helps middle-class Canadians, and also plays an important, a valuable role in having strong and robust climate policies.
9. Oh my goodness gracious. 9 seriously deep, disturbing breaths. Is it just me? Is it just me? Are you as disturbed with the breathing as I am? Let's see. It woke me up, Rose. Okay, yeah, good. Good for you. Welcome aboard. As the original conspiracy theorist, you're Dawn M is the original. I am just glad to know everyone is like, how did they know? No. What are you talking about? Why do you make up suffer by listening to? Why do you make us suffer? I think she's trying to say by listening to BS. I didn't know it was going to be so sufferable, but I definitely did. I was not expecting that weird nose breathing. Honestly, did anybody else notice that, or am I just really weird? Chrystia Freeland really has many issues. Okay, she fucking twitches all over the place, and she like talks to shit on her shoulders, and she breathes really loud in between thoughts and sentences. I'm gonna do the rest of the show like Chrystia Freeland. Can you handle it? Can you handle me doing? I'm just gonna do the rest of the show. Oh, how could she do it? Not puke on herself. Jesus Christ almighty. Okay. I lost the whole audience with that shtick. Okay. So we've got Mr. Arya to choose from. Chandra Arya does not speak French. Only cares about the kids and the grandkids. So he's up there. Chrystia Freeland, maybe, if you can get past the nose breathing. And what else do we got? We got Mr. Carney, who's probably just more of the same, right? Mr. Carney is a little bit more of the same. And does anybody want that? I don't think so. Give me a like. Give me a comment. I'm dying here. I've been talking for like 4 hours straight between the Canadian real estate show and this stupid show. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to be working all bloody night today to catch up from all this recording today. No one said that. How did you know, Don? Are you smoking cocaine? Okay, it's heating up. I've been talking about government overreach for decades. Do the rest of the show as Trump with breathing problems. It's called Crack and No. Okay. I'm going to do the rest of the show just like Trump. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best. It's going to be unbelievable. You're here in the right place. We're going to make Canada great again. One breath at a time. One breath at a time. Oh, my God. I can't do that. I'm going to die. And look, I lost the whole audience. Whoever's idea that was, bad. And I jumped on it like a moron. I shouldn't follow your lead, guys. I shouldn't even look at the chat because you throw me off and then the show sucks already. And then it's like it sucks and I'm thrown off. And now everybody is gone. We lost everyone. I fucked this thing up bad. How long have I been talking for? I don't even know. I don't even know if I have anything else that I really want to talk about. But nobody's buying whatever Chrystia Freeland's selling. That's for damn sure. You know, I was planning on going over the council meeting and showing you guys, you know, what kind of shit I have to deal with from neighbors. This one doctor guy. Maybe I shouldn't make any more enemies. Maybe I should just leave that alone. I wanted to talk about some zoning stuff with you guys. all kinds of stuff. I wanted to talk about when I was almost bankrupt myself. But I don't know. Does anybody want to talk about that? Does anybody want to talk about anything? I am fucking dying here today. I am 50 minutes. Yeah, I'm fucking done. I think I can't do this on the same day that I record the Canadian real estate show because, like, I got all this work I got to do. That would be good. I got to eat. Eating would be good. I got a headache. I haven't eaten the whole bloody day. Come to think of it, other than I was eating, you'll see on Sunday, I was eating crackers and cheese while talking to John Flynn. And I felt rude, but like, a guy's got to eat at some point. Listen to everyone. Darryl, Dawn, Charlotte, and I can't carry this whole thing on our own. That's right. That's right. We're getting there, Goat. We're getting there. I should get Pan on the show, right? You're obsessed with Pan? It's like panna cotta or something. He's Greek. It's like Panagiotis or something like it's some crazy Greek name. He's a good kid. He's just, thinks he wants to be in the army for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why anybody would want to be a cop. My wife's uncle's a cop, and he is definitely scarred from his experience. That guy was a staff sergeant in Scarborough. I mean, that guy saw some crazy shit. Can you imagine what you see as a staff sergeant in Scarborough? And this is like back in the 80s and 90s. Like, Scarborough now is one thing, but Scarborough then, one thing different altogether. That's for sure. I tune back in and you're talking about Pan. What the fuck? Why are you on my account? How is this happening? Yeah, I'm talking about Pan because Pan is the defender of our country. Okay, right now, Aiden, if you must know, right now, okay, you when you're looking and talking to your friends, buddy, that are all 18, okay, these are the guys that if we do actually go to war with someone, these are the guys defending us. And listen, lovely kids, but they're just kids. They don't know what the hell they're doing. If anything, if we're going to use these kids for anything at war, they should be in the basement on a PlayStation 5 that controls a drone that's in enemy territory. Right? But yeah, okay, so my son makes a good point. He's a crazy tard. I'd want him on the front lines. What a great, good thought, okay? Because that's the thing is I guess if you're gonna be a crazy tard, then I mean, where better for you than the front lines in a war against the United States? I mean, it's not going to be much of a front line for long, I don't think, right? I don't even think you need the crazy tards up there, as you put it. Okay, you're the rude one. I'm just repeating, but he's got to be tough to survive with a name like that. What a great point. How do you get through life with the name Pan and not have a thick skin? I mean, if everybody you're surrounded by is Greek, then you probably it's like saying Mike. Panagiotis? Is that how you pronounce that? Panagiotis? That's like a god name. But we've got Panagiotis who's going to be in the front line like a Paniotis. I still say you sound like Gru. Gru. Oh, go Gru yourself, okay? Go Gru yourself. Do I have anything else that is actually worth talking about today? We're not for sale. That's the point. No one wants to buy us. That's the counterpoint. And here we are once again talking shit about a war or tariffs or something between our countries. Is there any chance that Trump decides in a few days that, you know what, let them get their shit together, let them find a new leader. This is not a fair fight. I'm going to give give them a few months to get their crap together, and then we're going to make this negotiation. Because I really don't want to destroy their economy completely. I just want them to be scared. I didn't think that dumb fucking moron Trudeau was going to quit and prorogue the government. Why didn't I think that? Well, I didn't think that because I didn't know the word prorogue. I didn't know that you could even prorogue something. And I mean, that's bad on me because it obviously makes perfect sense that the government, the leader of the government, can just say, I'm shutting her down, everybody. I'm closing the government. Like, that's worse than the convenience store that's always open 24/7, closing for some reason one day. Why are they closed? Hey, why is the convenience store closed? Anybody know why that? Did somebody die? Did the guy who owns that guy's been there every day, every minute, every second, every time I've been in there. You ever have that guy? I had this guy, okay? I had this convenience store guy when I was growing up in Thornhill at the corner of, where did I live? At the corner of John and Aileen is where this convenience store was, which is like Bayview and John kind of ish. And there was the convenience store, it was a Max Milk forever. And I swear to God, it was the same guy forever. My entire childhood. Didn't matter what time you went there. It was this guy. It was the same guy. And I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but what's even weirder about this, okay, is that guy, when he disappeared from that convenience store, oh, right, did the guy die, right? Why is the convenience store closed? How do you fucking prorogue government? That's what I was talking about. Okay, but hold on a sec. The convenience store guy, okay? The convenience store guy all of a sudden was at another convenience store around the corner. And then he was there all the time. And, you know, that can be embarrassing as a young man growing up in the 90s when the convenience store guy is always the same guy, if you know what I mean. You don't really want that guy to be able to recognize you all the time, right? If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the chat. If you don't, then you're not being honest here. Okay, so proroguing. Can you imagine? You think Trump was like, I'm gonna bust this guy's balls, and we're going to get like another 3%, and everything's wonderful. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. Right? And then Trudeau goes, he gets back on the plane that we pay for, right? The private jet that us Canadians are paying for with our taxes. And he jumps on the plane and he's like, you know what? That motherfucker, I see this tweet about governor, that piece of shit. I'm going to show him. Let's see what he does without a government to negotiate with. Right? Okay. What? That wasn't in the playbook. Hey, how come nobody thought about this? He's yelling at his staff. Hey, how come nobody else thought about this? Did we know that he could just do that? Can he do this? Can he just close the government for 3 months? Can he do this? Apparently he can do this. And it wasn't in the play. So what's he going to do? I mean, he kind of has to step on our throats right now, doesn't he? Doesn't he have to step on our throats right now and show us who's boss and that he's not fucking around? He can't let us live, right? He has to fuck us up for a couple of months and show us, like, you want to live like this, or get somebody other than a liberal moron, right? Other than a World Economic Forum motherfucker, get that guy in. Like, do we think that Trump is going to save our asses somehow? Is that the belief? Trump is going to save us? What's the chat saying? Can we talk about the government-linked drug trafficking? Sure. What do you want to talk about with it? I mean, it seems like if you watch the movies that the government's been part of drug trafficking and child trafficking and all kinds of trafficking. What are we going to talk about? They're letting it happen, right? They want it to happen. It's a big, giant conspiracy that isn't really a conspiracy. It's another one of those. Just another one of those. But maybe we'll talk about that another day, because I'm not really armed with anything to really discuss about that, and I don't really know anything about that. I thought drugs were all legal here, and there's no what's the reason to smuggle in drugs? I guess cocaine. They're giving away heroin for free, so isn't that? Do you have to smuggle heroin in? I don't know how it works anymore. Show ideas? I don't need show ideas. It's just a bad show, okay? It doesn't need any ideas. Get the BC Property Rights Association on the show. No, there's nobody coming on this show. This is just me, okay? Some days it's going to suck, and some days it's going to be amazing, but we're going to get to the bottom of things together one way or another. But yeah, I mean, listen, if the BC Property Rights Association wants to come and say hello, we could do it. The other show. You want to ruin the other show too? Are you, is this Steve Carish? Is Rose Overdose really Steve Carish? Are you trying to sabotage me? Are you trying to sabotage the Canadian Real Estate Show? We're talking about changing the name of the Canadian Real Estate Show, and I floated the Steve Carish Show. I wonder if Rose Overdose is Ron Butler. You see, is that the truth in plain sight? Is that like you're kind of pretending to be joking, but you're really telling the truth, and no one will ever believe that Rose Overdose is really Ron Butler? Is that possible? I'm Ron Butler. That's like, I'm Batman. Well, listen, Batman. You bought a good property in Saskatchewan. You're looking like a genius right now. Yesterday, we had another genius who made like $278K a year, was a teacher, was skirting the system, had 18 pensions, and he was here showing us how smart he is. Who else is smart out there? Anybody else? Is there anybody even out there right now? This was not a good show. I have to do like those clickbaity, ridiculous titles for this show. Also, it seems, where I'm never going to get the people that I want watching this show. Guys, share this. Go to it next. Make a comment. Have a nice day. Like it. Share it with your friends. We'll talk tomorrow. I will be better prepared. I will not have just talked for an hour and a half with John Flynn. And I will talk to you later.